Oh damn, shit, I need to turn up my volume. Oh no. Anyway, welcome. Welcome to yet another amazing stream of mine. Yes, let's fucking go. I'm gonna paint this fucking thing. No, I'm gonna okay, proper introduction. Let's go. So today we are painting the rest of this abomination. Or as it's called, the wolf rake. It's a nasty little animal. But yeah, I'm trying to finish this paint job about as close to the box art as I can. Just as a way to, like, challenge myself. There's some liberties that I'm taking, of course. Like, I'd like the banner to be red instead of purple. And there's some... Of course, I'm using different colors, but I'm trying to roughly match the colors that are going on in the box art. I do think that's always like a bit of a challenge, and I enjoy a challenge. But yeah, let's get started. Zreekrill, hello, how are you? Meep? Meep meep. Are you meeping? But yeah, I prepared some paints beforehand. These are a bunch of paints. These are a bunch of paints that I selected, which I think, hopefully, will allow me to finish the miniature. I just looked at the box art and I went like, yes, maybe this can be pink and this is purple, and I'm gonna make this red, and I'm gonna make this red. I'm tired. Ah, I see. You've had a long day at work or something. Also steal paint and model and then run. No, it's all mine. No, 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 not yours. Mine. Is mine. I need to defend. I need to defend all of this. Oh, damn. It's the playlist just went to the Super Earth National Anthem. Yes, it's mine. Oh, it's my liberty to defend. Oh my fucking god. Why is this in... Let me see. Why is this in this playlist for Rise of Nations soundtrack? Anyway, let's get started. I was thinking... So, assembling this thing was a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest. You probably won't be able to see it, but it's got... I tried to be smart. I tried to be very smart, and was like, oh, I can just assemble the body of this thing and glue it onto the base, and just it'll all work out, all hunky-dory, all sunshine, everything's going to be fine. But no, the big man upstairs was intent on foiling my plans that day. But for real though, like, there's this part of the leg right here that is fused to the base, and or like that is part of the base, and then the other part of the leg right here is part of the beast itself that I assembled separately. And then I was like, oh, I'm just gonna glue them together and it's all gonna work out. And long story short, it was a tight fit, it was a tight squeeze, it didn't fit together as perfectly as I hoped, but I still made it look presentable. But yeah, there's this gap here in the back leg that you can see. Tamiya Cement didn't fix it. Unlike what over here as well. I do like Dungeons and Lasers, like that it's like plastic. it's just that there's just some tiny gaps here and there. There's also some gaps on the model itself that I had to fill in, like the gaps in between the arm thingies and the body itself. Hello, Taboo. How are you doing? So, what are you gonna do? I'm going to do many things. I am going to be painting a miniature, though. That is what I'm going to be doing. Wow. You cannot stop me. You shall not stop me. What do you mean I want the segs? You're the one that always wants that. For real though, like... You're always coming on to me. God damn. God damn it, Taboo. Let me see if I can... Well, let's see, yeah, stroke off the remaining... Or wick off the remaining excess paint. And see if we can get... Some light highlighting in with the pink. It isn't too, like, the opacity isn't really high, so that's also kind of working in our favor right now. Just kind of like... Also, if any of you recognize where this soundtrack is from, I'm gonna give you a cookie. I'll come to your house and deliver you a cookie. Alright, a bit of what we call in the profession dry brushing. Kind of, almost. Kind of, sort of. Oh, I forgot one important thing. I forgot something. The mug of death. Oh. Wait, where's my blue color? Where did the blue go? Light blue? There it is. You can't prove that. What do you mean I tell lies? Jesus, how many cookies are you feeding me? How many cookies are that? Like... Oh my fucking god, I see like this notification for 10,000 cookies. Here she goes, eating a whole box of cookies. Okay, I never eat the whole box. I'm one of those people that, like, can control themselves and, you know, only eat, like, 2 cookies and package up the rest for later. Isn't that what most people do? I heard most people just eat the whole damn thing, but that's not me. But yeah, I got some light blue. We're gonna need that for later. Yeah, we're gonna need that later. Ah, man. Probably a bunch of this would have been easier with an airbrush. I've never really used an airbrush though. Like, because, you know, how does one set up an airbrush in their room? Ratman steals cookies. Oh no! Mmm, sweet cookies. Yes, yes. Taboo says I'm not. I will eat the whole box and make myself sick. Yeah, so don't do that. Whatever Taboo is doing, do the reverse exact opposite. Alright, got some more pink on this. Alright, I gotta make sure you guys can actually see what I'm doing with my hands. Kind of just applying some pink here and there. I don't know, this looks more like a... what would look like a bony color, actually. I think I need to reevaluate my color choice in that field. Oh, yeah, some definition on this would be handy. Back off, the cookies are for the dragon. But it's huge and they need it bigger. Oh man. Let me see. I don't know, does it need to grow bigger? Is that your interest here, Taboo? Because I know you've been talking about it a lot. Oh my god, big dragon badonkas. Yeah, hopefully you're all having a very good day. Thank you to the great horned rat, Zekrill, for dropping by. Much thanks, much providence to the great horned rat for allowing this fateful encounter, or something. Alright. This is a bit of a slow process. Alright, I think I need more pink paint. The color choice was actually pretty, like, on point this time. Damn. I knew this pink, like, this pink is always pretty versatile. Emperor's Children, very, very versatile and very peachy and flesh-like. Just a little bit here and there. And you really don't get it. You really don't got a chest kind of small? What? Zreekril says I'm too sick to stream. Ah, I see, like... You're feeling kind of sick at the moment. Hope you get better soon. Oh. A lot of people are catching some form of flu around this time of the year, actually. From what I've seen. Oh, let me highlight these holes real quick. Oh. All right. I'm still kind of waiting on like some batches, like a big batch of paint and like minis that I kind of ordered in order to like experiment a bit more with doing like the oh yeah, this sort of like Games Workshop style of like how they paint minis on the box art. Yeah, the pretty much the heavy metal style, the heavy metal style. I kind of wanted to experiment with that, like getting as close as I can to that. But the person, or like the store that I ordered it from, has like been delaying my shipment for like 3 months now, even though I paid for everything. Perhaps I should just get a refund and not order from that place in the future. It's kind of weird because they also started doing this kind of weird like loot boxy kind of thing where it's like, oh guys, the store can't continue unless you guys buy these fucking loot boxes. Well, he didn't say it directly, but he was heavily insinuating in multiple emails like that the store was in jeopardy, financial jeopardy, and that basically those loot boxes were his way of like trying to make money. Jesus. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna order from that place ever again. Kinda sketchy. Would you ever like say you're in the market for some minis? Would you ever go and look at like a loot box and go like, ah yes, I shall buy this? It was specifically something like, oh, pay $120 and you get this random selection of minis. The value will be equal or more, that kind of deal, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, who in their right mind does that? Unless you really love surprises, I suppose. Ooh. I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of such surprises. Alright, I do think I'm gonna... Let's see... Mix up a bit of gray and paint all of the claws, or like all of the talons. Or I could go for a more bony color. Let's see what I end up with if I... Let's experiment. Let's do a little experiment, chat. I'm going to take some Ushabti bone. I'm gonna mix it with just this model color black that I have. Whoop. It turns into a light gray, actually. Pretty decent one at that. Man, there's some particles in this paint. I could literally just see the particles in the paint. Huh. I think this might be roughly the same base color. Probably should be a bit darker. Oh. All right. Let's coat all of these. Alrighty, righty. It's looking pretty good. And I'm gonna add some more grayish colors to some of these like bones on the model right here. I think I'll just go over them with like a wash later again in order to like re-establish those like contours. You know, painting a miniature is all about readability in the end. Clearly defined lines and painting, well, within the line, so to speak. Alright, just a little bit of color correction here and there. There we go. Perhaps I could move on to the nose as well. That is actually quite pink. I should actually just... I should probably use my thinner brush for this. Kinda adding some pink tones to the nose. We kinda need to do it more. And I'll probably bust out the other brush. Ugh. Always close your pot so whatever just happened right now doesn't immediately spill 20 gallons of paint onto your table. Alright. Alright, a little snout. And add some more of that color over there. actually probably want to treat the rest of the face with Fenrisian Grey. I mean, I do have a whole host of colors to pick from already, but I was looking into like specific recipes for painting miniatures that for a specific style, and I needed some more paints for that. More options are always good, right? Oh, let's see, let's make it a little bit more transparent. Oh, that's not transparent at all. And kind of go in like here. And over here. Like this color kind of covers our boy's face right here. Kind of like so. So we are going back in with a purple. Actually, I think this purple might be... Ooh, I think that's a lot darker than the speed paint that I put on here. Maybe. I can try. I don't think it's very far off. Nah, it's gotta be a bit darker. Alright. Kind of something like that. We're probably gonna spend a lot of time on the face because that's where a lot of people's attention will be drawn to. All right. Let me just add some more purple here. kind of like so. I probably need to really just layer up as well. As far as I can see from the box art, there's multiple layers of like these scratchy-ish looking textures running all over the model. But I think first I'm gonna try and paint in the gums on this guy. Not that that is an easy thing to do. Considering how narrow this area is where I have to paint. Ooh, that is starting to look good though. Now the other side. There we go. Beautiful. And for the underside, oh, that's a bit more difficult, but I think we're managing. Oh shit. Oh man, I got some pink on the tongue. But to be honest, I think I'm gonna use a mixture of like pink and like I think I'm gonna use a mixture of pink and purple to recolor that tongue a bit. Speed paint, like what I did is I put a bunch of speed paints on this miniature, and while they are useful in getting colors down that look that look pretty okay, it's still not really an amazing quality. All right. And then on the other side, like this. Oh, this is some real rough area to get into with your brush. There we go. Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's take a bit of, you know what, I'm gonna try and mix red with perhaps some pink. turns it into a lot of a lighter color, as I expected, to be honest, which is pretty good for us. So we're gonna just go in with this. See if we can mostly hit the highlighted areas and deposit more color, more bright color there. All right. Man, it's probably... Oh, yeah. Man, I swear I should take some pictures after all of this, because it's starting to look pretty good. And the camera, the webcam that I'm using to film this, it really isn't it like doing it justice. Alright, maybe it's time to just go in with even lighter shade of pink. And just do things like this. I'm weirdly... Yeah, I do really like... I thought... Weirdly, I thought that the colors would be more clashing, but it's really just going over into the other pretty well, gradient-wise. I think for one final highlight, I'll just use pure pink. if I only did something like this. There we go. Then something like that. And I could even just make it even lighter. We'll take some white for a final highlight on that tongue. Mix some of the pink in. Man, a bit of a flake fell off of these pots. That's the one thing I kind of really hate about Games Workshop paint pots is when you open them, there's this like there's this lid that paint can hang behind, and it can spill over the back of the lid and get jammed in there, and then it leaves, then it dries and leaves like stuff like that. On the other hand, like, you don't really need like any sort of palette if you're using those pots. Well, I say you don't need it. You would want to use a palette. It's just oh yeah, this is a very light pink. But what I mean is, like, you have to kind of like, with these like AK or Vallejo pots, you always have to have some sort of surface you're squeezing the paint out on. Not so with the Games Workshop pots. But then again, I don't think many people like the GW pots, but I can deal with it. I've had worse. I've had pots of paint that just like arrived with the cap like completely busted. That wasn't fun, but alright. Okay, I think I'm succeeding by putting some very faint highlights on this like tongue. And let's continue that over here. Perhaps I should do something like this. Create a bit of a texture, yeah. highlighted the tongue a bit, definitely, for sure. Alright, let's see if I can blend it a bit more. This is just some very diluted paint. So if I put this on here, this should be pretty good. All right. Whoa. Kind of do a bit of transparent pink over everything so it kind of blends together more. Ooh, ooh, yeah, I like that. What we might need though is a bit of voluptuous pink contrast. A little bit on the brush, and then we kind of just pull it down. Very good. Capillary action wins again. Look at his little face. Let me see if I can get this damn thing to focus. Oh, there we go. Oh. It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to do with a webcam like this. But I am going to continue with perhaps a bit of Ushabti bone. Just a bit of that for the base of the teeth. Mixing it in with a tiny bit of white. Just trying to make sure that the teeth, no matter how kind of like deformed some of the formed teeth have been, because I think I put too much Tamiya cement on it. Yeah, we want to give it at least a little bit of a coloration instead of just pure white, I think. That's what this is gonna help us with. I think it's doing its job just nicely. Whew. Getting in there is no easy feat, but I think I'm pulling it off. Alright, if I get a bit more right in. And just start using that over here. Let's see. See if I can color the back areas of the mouth a bit more with red. And some of the areas over here. Just a little bit more red. Ooh. All right. I think we are succeeding. Now I should just go back and color in that nose. All right, let's skip that one track. I wanted to keep it on the Rise of Nations soundtrack for now. It's oddly relaxing. Alright, I think I'm gonna just... I think I'm just gonna use a bit of this mixed in color on the sides right here. A bit more of a transition between the pink and the purple. Ugh. Whoever recorded this soundtrack probably didn't do a very good job. Ugh. I'm just gonna use the Honkai Star Rail OST. Screw it. Let me see. Here we go. And this one. Oh, hell yeah. Very good, very good. All right. I'm trying to create a bit of a bit more of a, what do you call it? Texture. Man, I'm spending a lot of time on this face, but it's gonna be worth it, I think. Do something like that. And take some more pink. Mix that in with white. Dry off the paint and see if we cannot let's see if we can get some highlights in here. Alrighty. Creating texture isn't particularly easy, as I'm finding out, but I think I'm doing something correctly. Oh, there's something stuck. Damn, there's something stuck on the ear. Oh, let's see. The other side probably could use the same treatment. Something like this. All right. I think that's working. Let's see. Just adding highlights wherever I kind of just feel like it at this point as well. There we go. Oh, it's not easy trying to like create texture by doing these little streaks everywhere. But I do think it's kind of working, especially on those ears. Alrighty. Alrighty. Hell yeah. I don't know, sorry, I just can't contain my excitement. I think this is starting to look pretty good. Alright, let's take some pure white, a bit transparent. Just a little bit of dotting on like the tips of the teeth. Oh god, please don't mess up. Whew. Whew. Oh, that would have been dangerous. Oh. Whew. Hello, Lord of Uncreation. What are you painting? It's a wolf rake. Uh, I'm trying to kind of like match up whatever I have to the box art. I think I'm gonna maybe do an okay job at that. Still a bit too early to tell. Like, there's a lot of work to do on this thing. But yeah, how are you doing, Lord of Uncreation? I am doing pretty fine. Let's see if I can get this bloody thing to focus. That's the problem I've found so far with these miniature painting streams. The bloody webcam doesn't want to focus. But it doesn't look like a wolf, that's for sure. Well, it's supposed to be some sort of hybrid abomination between like a wolf and a drake. But it's looking mighty scary enough. It looks more like a bat, if anything. I think. I need to have some darker areas around his pupils. Like... Oh, steady hands. Those are always a difficulty. Ooh. Ooh, I shouldn't leave those pots open. Have you ever seen what happens when somebody spills their pot of paint? It's not a pretty sight. So always close your pots to try and avoid that. Oh man, but the areas around the pupils are supposed to be pretty dark. Lord of Uncreation says, been busy making Gmod art before I switch to Blender and learn the ropes. Before I make models basis off of VTubers as practice. Damn. Putting in a lot of work. Sounds pretty great. You've been trying out Blender yet, or are you just sticking to Gmod for now? I mean, I've made like one tiny little thing in Blender at one point. Like I think it was like a mold that I created in order to like a mold for basically just casting dice. I think I made a 3D model in Blender for that, yeah. I should make a new version of that. The old version was... eh. But yeah, great to hear that you're doing creative stuff. Hell yeah. Love it when people are creative. Alright, let's see if I can really just darken the area around the pupil a bit more. Oh shit. I'm gonna have to recolor the eye anyway. Oh shit, that's too much water. Too much water has been involved. Oh boy. But yeah, oh. still need to do a bit of work on the face. I'm sticking to Gmod for now, but as soon as I finish making artwork, I'm gonna learn how to do 3D modeling and animation. I see. Both on Blender and Source Filmmaker. Ah, I see you're gonna make like, you wanna make like animations with like 3D models. Any particular goal that you have in mind? Alright, if I just go in with the Fenrisian Gray right here and just do something like this. Something like that. Do the same thing over here. And on the opposite side as well. Kind of like that. And then mix that in with some of the pink. Something like this. It's probably really hard to see what I'm doing on a freaking webcam, but trying to make the horns a bit more readable. All right. Alrighty. I think I'm just gonna mix some black real quickly and slap that to the underside of its chin. Better to be, for it to be black there. Then just plastic gray. Lord of Uncreation says, yeah, I already did a bit of sluggish animations on Safe for, on Source. I was about to say Safe for Work. Oh my god. On SFM after watching short videos. Ah, I see. Yeah, any sort of animation practice that you're getting in is already very good. Keep up the good work. If you're making any animations, do send them, yeah. Do send them in the Discord. Alright, I think I'm gonna use this as more of a base color for the armor. There we go. This is actually a very sloppy paint job, but it gives it a bit of texture. that I think looks pretty interesting. Yeah, we just need to go over that with like a lighter color. Alright. Alright, getting some more colors in. This is deviating hard from what's on the box art, but to be honest, I kind of wanted to try something else for these colors. We need a bit more paint. Alright, doing a little bit of work on the back of this guy. Getting more, basically we're just actually just more saturating the colors that were already there from the speed paint. That's another thing that I kind of noticed, like, I don't know if any of you are familiar with speed paints, but it's basically just this brand of really watered down paint that flows really well. And I tried using that to kind of get a base coat down, but it only goes from light to dark and doesn't really saturate much, so you're left with fairly dark areas always. In the end, usually you go from like light to dark with speed paints. Alright, that's looking like something. I think I'm gonna fix the tail. I kind of messed up the tail because I put in Tamiya putty, Tamiya cement, to kind of try and cover up like a hole. And now that I'm applying it, my idea seems to sort of have worked. It's not... Yeah, it's not as if the seam that I was trying to cover up is actually noticeable anymore at this point, so that's pretty good actually. Hell yeah. Alright. get a little bit more color in. Whew. I almost knocked over the miniature there. While I do like how some of the metallic speed paints can work out, I do think again there's not a lot of like lightness to it, like, so I'm gonna make it brighter. Yeah, that's just basically what I wanted to do. I wanted to make it brighter. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, this is definitely making the whole thing brighter. I'm just going over this with like a silver speed paint, silver metallic paint over this speed paint. So that's giving a pretty good effect. Oh, don't get it on the horns. There we go. Alright. It's looking a lot better. Perhaps a little bit of a black wash later to bring in some more contrast again, but it's looking pretty good. Alright. There we go. More silver there. Yeah, I'm just going over all of the weapons that are scattered around the base and stuck in him. Stuck in our big boy. Yeah, he's got a fucking sword stuck into him. Jesus. And a banner as well. Against your fate. Oh, this is the best. This has gotta be the best song from the Honkai Star Rail track. Holy shit. This boss fight goes absolutely hard. Alright. some silver on all of that. Very good. Alright, that makes it stand out very well, very good. Let's see if I can get some more shading on this one in. On this nose. Ugh. I want to get it all into his nostrils though. That was not part of the plan. Alright, there we go. So yeah, what I'm going to do is very simple now as well for a bit of the hair on here. I'm gonna take Fenrisian Grey. Oh, this is what I mean with those GW pots. Like, the paint kind of like, as you can see, right behind there, the paint has a tendency to like gather on the back of the lid, on this like lid thingy that's dipped in the pot, and then it falls back onto this area here, and then it solidifies, and then it creates like a it kind of blocks you from closing the pot sometimes. Pretty the pot has its upsides in my honest opinion, but it has some major downsides. Anyway, where's my... Here we go. Brush. I'm going to dry brush the top part of the miniature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work this paint into the bristles and just really dry off the brush as well. Make sure that it's not giving off a major amount of paint, and then just go in kind of like this. And do some on the horns as well. Man, I used a blue speed paint on like the fur and I didn't think that worked at all. So I'm trying to also like cover that up right now. Just getting a bunch of that in. Looking pretty good. Yeah, this is doing some wonders. Probably gonna have to go back in again with like a with some form of darker contrast on all of these. Alrighty. Just remember to always just clean your brushes after you use them as well. Use a bit of this other blue that I still have on here. See if I can also just no, not really. Gonna take more of this gray. Change of plans. Instead of moving on from the Fenrisian gray, I'm gonna use some more of it to kind of like dry brush parts at the base, because the stones take well to dry brushing with Fenrisian gray, I think. Ooh. I think there was still a bit too much paint on there. Still a bit too much paint. Alright. This should be better. Let me just get in real good with some of those stones right here. All right, very good. Nice. As for the base, I think I'm gonna take an even lighter color. Maybe some Fenrisian gray mixed in with pure white. something like that. All right. And do a bit of edge highlighting. Ooh, that's way... Isn't that way too white? Eh... I think it kind of fits though, if we just use it sparingly. Ooh, this is dangerous work. Oh. One misstep and you'll have white paint over something you don't want to have white paint over. Alrighty, righty. Let's see if this can be done. All right. Oh, whoops. Right, very good. Oh. First the stream. Ah, yes, I think there were some people, Lord of Uncreation, that stopped by, but they usually kind of forget to redeem that. People in general seem to forget that redeems exist. But you know, it is what it is. Thank you for using that. Didn't know you noticed that. Alright. Yeah, so I'm doing a bit of like highlighting here on the stone. I think it's starting to look pretty good. Remember to always clean off your brushes regularly, otherwise paint will get in the bristles. That ain't good for them. That's pretty bad. I can clean them properly later though. Let's see. Yeah, there's ways to... I have this little special soap that I can use in order to really get the paint out of a brush. So if I still notice after I'm done that I still have paint on the brush, I can just use that to clean it. Let me see. I think I'm gonna get some of this paint on here and work this off. Onto this towel, and then I'm gonna try and dry brush a bit more of it on here. All right. Gonna take a bit of this white paint onto the brush, and then we're just also gonna start edge highlighting all of these guys right here. But yeah, thank you for sticking around, by the way, Lord of Uncreation. Who? I think I'm getting actually pretty far into this particular miniature. Alright. Yeah, this brushing is doing wonders for the definition of this miniature. All right. Yeah, it's probably another thing that I want to do is probably just invest into a better camera at one point to make sure people can actually properly see what I'm doing instead of just this fuzzy image of a webcam. I don't know if any of you have played Honkai Star Rail, but damn, pretty good soundtrack, and the first boss is that theme just fucking slaps. Ooh. Looking very good. Just need a bit more white for the other side as well. Alright. Hopefully this isn't like too white. I don't think that really matters because really this is just the fur, and I think like a bright white highlight actually just kind of fits what is going on here. right, there we go. Oh shit. Oh no. I got some of the white paint on the purple skin, but don't worry, I'll correct that in just a little bit. All of this can be corrected, yes. Oh. Lots of white, very good. A very good definition on this as well. Yeah, I'm really starting to like how the colors are turning out. Alright, a bit more. Ooh. I'm almost doing dry brushing now, but I don't think I want to ruin this brush any further by trying to do that. This is one of the better smaller brushes that I have. Probably gonna have to clean the tip of this one. Oh, let me see. Man, I kind of skipped ahead. That was kind of like a sad song. Don't wanna deal with that. I should drink some water. Alright, let's see if I can do something about the tail as well. That's looking kind of like oof after that tail is looking kind of rough after I just slapped blue speed paint over it. Alright, tying this a bit more together. Oh, man. Also, thank you. Damn, I I totally forgot. Thank you for the hydrate and feeding me a cookie. Om nom 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 nom. Thank you, thank you. Whoa. Never forget to hydrate. Hydration is good for you, you know? Yes. Capital Y-E-S. Yeah, for real. Remember to drink at least 2 liters of water per day, if you can. It's gonna be very good for you. Alright. Now I can do a bit of a white highlight on this freaking tail thingy. Alright. It's kind of way too... isn't it a bit too bright? I have an idea. Just mix in a bit of black. Take some water. And kind of just slap it over here. Man, taking that like dark blue speed paint and slapping it on here was a big mistake. Wow. Subscribe. Hello, Live EP. How are you doing? I am painting this creation. This abhorrent creation. Ugh. Why won't... Damn, this thing needs to focus. Oh, can it not focus already? But yeah, all of you should subscribe to me. I'm probably also gonna just release a video on this guy actually properly showing the painting process of this thing, because it's kind of hard to see properly, like, God. Please focus, Mr. Webcam. Thank you. Whoa. It just won't focus. Let me... Oh, there we go. Oh. Oh, yeah. Do you see that? It's kind of focusing. Um, hello, Facehurt. What army is this? It's actually, it's a Dungeons and, well, not a Dungeons and Dragons specific miniature, but this is a Wolfrake. And I'm kind of trying to, like, paint it kind of similar to the box art. So, it's not really a specific army, per se. More like a monster that you can fight. Oh. Big, evil, fightable monster. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. Hopefully, you managed to draw Freddy last stream. I kinda eeped out at some point. Kinda did a little eepy. Wait, which army is it again? Like I said, it's a TTRPG miniature. You know, Dungeons and Dragons. Have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons, or Pathfinder, or anything like this? It's pretty much meant for games like this. Oh man, let me just get a bit of highlight on this guy right here. I don't know if this color is too light compared to the rest of this bony armor though. But I think it's gonna be okay. What's it called? Wolfrake? Yep, exactly. It's supposed to be this sort of hideous amalgamation between a wolf and a drake. Meep, still here. Hello, Zreekrill. You're still here. Thank you. Thank you all for stopping by today. Hopefully you're all having a very good day. I'm just adding some more color. Yes, color to the bony armor right here. Or like this, what do you call them? Not really scales, but like, yeah, this, not really an exoskeleton. I suppose you could call them scales. Yeah, scales. You're sharing my stream with your friends? Damn! Thank you. That's amazing. Hopefully you'll find my stream relaxing. At least that's what I'm trying to go for it. With streams like these. Kind of with the drawing streams as well that I do. Hopefully people can chillax. Mine is chaos. Damn. Are you a chaotic streamer? And high octane. Damn. Lots of energy. High energy streaming. Let me see if I can get some bony texture on these fucking, what are they called? Claw kind of thingies on his wings. Just a little bit of highlighting. Oh. Is chaos and high octane while painting a mini? Damn. Jesus. You just throw the mini around the around the table? Do you just dunk it in a bucket of paint? Alright guys, here we go. Whoop. I don't know, don't paint your minis like that. By dunking them in paint, I mean. That is a bit of a suboptimal strategy. Let's see. Man. Oh, I really love the Games Workshop bottles. The fucking... the flakes from all the dried paint at the back here is just wonderful. Love me some of that, like, dried paint. Alright, I think I'm gonna just do a pass. Oh, Jesus, that's a bit too much. But yeah, a bit of a highlighting pass here on the back of his tail. I think I might have wicked off too much paint there. Might have, yeah. Get some more of it. I'll just get a little bit more of it. Wow. I have paint flakes all over my mini. Wow. Alright, let's do something like... something like this. Alright, cover the scales. Alright, kind of like that. I'm gonna take the pink color and go back again with an actual dry brush, I think, this time. I still need to finish the banner. I'll get to that. Oh, I kind of do want to see if I can wrap up this mini today. Wonder if there's still enough. Ooh. Yeah, it's way too wet, actually. Ooh, that might be a bit too much paint, but we can get rid of some paint here. Alright, let's see. Man, I probably would need to have... I probably would be better off picking like a new towel for this. But we gotta do what we gotta do. And kind of just... Ooh. Ooh. Actually, like, this dry brushing is creating interesting texture with like how little paint it has. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, look at those streaks right there. I can try adding this a bit more on the other side as well. Oh, yeah. Whew. Yeah, that works. All right. Just add a bit of pink to the tail right here. Oh, I really like this. If you're fast enough, you can wipe away some of the paint by hand. If you're unsatisfied with like where the paint is landing. Alright, I really am enjoying this result so far. Very nice. Very cool, very cool. go. Adding a little bit of pink all over is doing wonders for the coloration of the skin. All right. Okay. I think I can do some touch-ups on the banner with red. All right. All right, the other side of the banner quickly. Oh, there we go. It's already starting to look very good. All right. Now a bit of an extra highlight up here. Oh shit. All right. Gonna add some brown. Brown to this banner pole. This especially like the top of it. All right. Beautiful. Actually, I think I'm just gonna rim the base of this, and I'm gonna call it here for today. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm taking just black. I'm gonna paint the rim of this base entirely to just make, like, have it be another color than like gray. You basically do this so it kind of like, the rim basically doesn't stand out due to it being a black color. And it just looks really nice. Hehe. All right. Alright, that kind of ties everything in. Very beautiful. I can use some of the excess just on the back here. All right. That is the rimming done. I have to head off. My PC's memory is too high. I can't really multitask between watching it and doing other stuff. Yeah, no worries. I was about to actually just go to sleep as well. So I kind of need to keep quiet as well. So that's why I've been a bit less boisterous. But yeah, hopefully you're gonna have a good day, and thank you for stopping by. I would love to see you again, and yeah, have a good one. Let me see. Just a one tiny touch up. Fuck. I need to mix it with white. That one like this. And we kind of mix it like this. Just one more thing before I eat. Oh yeah. Look at that. It really ties it in well. There we go. All right, got it. I think I'm done for today. Except for one tiny thing yet again. One tiny finishing touch. And that is a white dot in the eyes. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Look at this. If the camera will focus yet again. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Isn't it looking like a creature that's about to devour you? But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it here for today. I would like to thank everyone for stopping by, and I'll see you all next time. Yes. But yeah, I'm gonna end it on this one. So, for now, Ryuna out. Thank you all for watching.